Why, hello, everybody. It is once again Sir Elliot Yogurtton's, and this is Sir Elliot Yogurtton's Geopolitics Corner. I'm just a lovely old chap, a lovely little lad from Liverpool. I'm a Liverpudlian, and cheerio, that is... Oi. And that's just great, ain't it? But anyway, for this week of Sir Elliot Yogurtton's Yogurt Corner, something I think about when people talk about the UK, especially Americans, is the United Kingdom has been in a process of the fall of its empire, at the height of it with all of the colonization and stuff, and declining, but having some aspects from that imperial history, and maybe it currently still has some imperial stuff. I just found out that Gibraltar, the town, is a part of the United Kingdom. That's really wild. I forget the history of it. Anywho, what's a good British fancy word? Anyway, on this most splendiferous of occasions, we must think about the way that the current world has been shaped by world history. And in some ways, if you have the understanding that the US is also an empire, we clearly have imperial colonial outputs still lingering. And there's also neocolonialism, which is a whole nother thing, and it has to do with the way that we have so much economic power and influence, and we use it. And we also use the power of our military to coerce people into doing things and to uphold certain structures. But one of the reasons in global politics right now that things feel especially wild and woolly is some people talk about the unipolar world that was created after the fall of the Soviet Union is kind of splintering and becoming less empowered. And so many things of like neoliberalism, global neoliberalism, and constant growth is just gonna run out, and I don't know even what I'm saying, and it is very ridiculous I'm doing this in a British accent, but that is my accent because, you see, I am Sir Elliot Yogurtton, and I listen to too many world politics and history podcasts, and I spend a lot of time thinking of that stuff, even though I am just a mere little lad in Liverpool who doesn't have that much actual power, but I enjoy learning about the world and how it works, and it expands my understanding of things. And so therefore and forevermore, I am going to share it in a British accent. Anyway, this is all to say that just think about the world and think about the things that have led to it, and white supremacy and genocide. And if you're in the United States, you really do got to think about our history with the indigenous peoples and the genocide that this country is built upon. And that doesn't mean that you personally are an evil genocidal person, but you can expand and not live in myths and things that are ahistorical. But you gotta see how power is built and how it survives and what we can do to make this world a more peaceful and equitable place. Because above all, that will improve everyone's life. Even if you have certain privileges, is it really good if you got those for something that was out of your control? Maybe you don't need to feel super guilty for any privileges you have, but even to acknowledge them and try and go for a world where people who don't have access to them can still have the nice things that you've received in your life, that would be just splendiferous. Well, hip hip cheerio, I think my chariot is coming, driven by a druid. So, I'm off now. Cheerio.